Well, I'm old. That's the end. No. I had the idea of doing this video a couple days ago. I ordered a book that I get every year. I was really excited. And then I looked through my Amazon orders and I'm like, it's not there. So I looked it up. I'm like, all right, well, I'll look on eBay. It's not there. And I know I'd ordered it. I'd pre-ordered it. I'm like, I pre-ordered it in June. I'm like, I'm all excited. Which brings me to this topic. There's books I have. This is a book that one of my former coworkers gave me. Thanks, Pete. This is actually a fun book that goes through players in the NHL. It goes through everybody who played in the NHL. It gives you some interesting trivia on them, on their careers, and who they were, what they did, that kind of thing. Even down to Tim Shovelday, the hard luck kid, never got it going with his drafted team, the Red Wings, and Shovelday never really recovered. In 89-90, he was a call-up from the farm when Detroit's goaltending was both weak and left short padded by injuries, and he played spectacularly well for a time. In the next 3 years, he became the team's number one crease son, but each year the Wings fell short in the playoffs, losing to St. Louis and Toronto in 7 games in the first round, and being swept by Chicago in the second round of the 92 playoffs. Fans began booing his every play, and he was traded to Winnipeg. The first 6 back in Detroit with the Jets, he allowed 6 goals and a 6-1 loss. This went on for 3 more years, and although Boston signed him as a free agent, he played just twice with the Bruins before ending up in the International Hockey League. He went on to become assistant coach with his former junior team, the Saskatoon Blades, and in 2001 was named goaltending coach for Moose Jaw Warriors. The internet's a great resource. It is. And there's a ton of information you can find online, and people always say, just look online. Just look online. Just look online. Another example of how I'm old is that I bought this Beckett this month. I was all excited to look up card values. There's a problem. A lot of the cards I have aren't listed. They don't list everything anymore, and if you want to read everything, you go online and you have to pay. I think it's insane. You have to pay every month to look at hockey card values. Look, I'll buy the magazine, but that should really be it, and it's not. And that it's not criminal, but anyways, it's not criminal, but maybe it should be. And this is the book I had ordered, the 2019 version with the Capitals on the cover. So there you go. If you're a Washington Capitals fan, the NHL officially hates you. They stopped the printed edition because of the records.nhl.com site, which has a nice image of the Washington Capitals when you load it up, records.nhl.com. But guess what? That image is going to be gone the next time there's a Stanley Cup champion that's not Washington. And I've got the last 3 of these books, the last 2 of which had Pittsburgh on them. I like having these in print. I like being able to look through, and it's something I've explained to people. Because when people ask me about magazines, why do you collect them all? So I don't know, let's just grab a random one. Random magazine. 1994-95 yearbook. There's Dougie Gilmour on the cover. There's Pavel Bure just above my thumb there. And this was the year... this is the preview after the Canucks went to the Stanley Cup final. So if you look at the 1994 Canucks in here, that's the Canucks team that went to the final. It's right there. No trip back to the future this year. The last time the Canucks made it to the Stanley Cup final, it took them 12 years to get past the second round again. Most people look at the Canucks for what they were in 1981-82, a mediocre team that overachieved at the right time. That's not the case now, or is it? The 93-94 Canucks had just a slightly better winning percentage than the 81-82 team, scoring 11 fewer goals, allowed just 10 fewer, and had a worse home record. The difference now is last season's Canucks were just 1 year removed from 2 first-place finishes. So they talk about, this is a better Canucks team. And then they weren't. And they didn't get back in 12 years. It took 17. And then they got back. So 12, 17, it's going to carry the one, 35 years for the Canucks to get back to the final. So it's good for me to have these books. And again, like, why do you buy magazines? Like, why get that? And there's still yearbooks I don't have of the hockey news. There are still years that are missing from my collection. I've got some that date back to 1977, so before I technically started watching hockey. And of course, for people who watch my history videos, this is the book that I used a lot. I got this for about $5 on eBay. Why? Well, because it's all available online now. But what gets me, this isn't just an, you're old thing. reading off a digital screen is a pain in the ass. It's the reason why the Kindle is so popular now, because the Kindle kind of fixes some of that. And maybe I need to get a Kindle and start throwing books on the Kindle so I can read through this stuff. The data, all of the things that these magazines do, even Total NHL here, which is awesome. And I've got Total Hockey as well, which is an encyclopedia which has all of the information in Total NHL plus information on all the other leagues. The thing is, not all of it ends up online. So when you're looking at what's up there, I've found that some of the older information, especially when it's an old professional league that hasn't played for about 50, 60 years, it's really, really hard to find some of that information online, and it's going to be incomplete half the time when you find it. And yet I've had books here where the information I find has been more complete. I just wanted to make a video about how much I miss print media already, and it's not gone yet. The Hockey News, with every issue I get now, they have a promo where they tell you, hey, buy digital and we'll give it to you cheaper. And my answer to that is no. I love my Hockey News magazines. And again, it's for the same reason. So the idea is simple. In the NHL, when they announced they weren't doing the guide and record book anymore, they made it simple. They said, this way now, when you're looking at best goal scorers, best point producers, best of everything, what you're looking at is real time. So all of that will be updated in real time. Fine, but I like looking at where we were at the start of the year. I like looking at where we were at the start of the year and saying, okay, so based on this year, it is likely that this player could pass these guys, and that kind of thing. You know, when you're looking at who's going to move up the scoring list from, say, 60th all time to 54th. I just find it's fun to look through the books. And again, I don't want to always have to. I know this is what I do, is talking to a webcam, talking to you fine people. But when I'm not making videos, I like to read. I like to not necessarily have to be online. And the other problem with it is this. Let's say that something goes on and my internet's down and I don't want to use a bunch of data. Well, good news is I got everything in print. Everything. It's sort of like how I have all of these DVDs and Blu-rays that I've got on the other side of the room. I have just shelves and shelves, and we have books and books and books of DVDs. Why? You've got Netflix. But then, see, with a physical copy, I don't need to worry about Netflix. I don't need to worry about saying, I'd really like to watch The Shining. Oh, I can't find it. It was on Netflix last week. What do you mean it's gone? Crap. No, it's fine. I got a copy. So, I like having a digital copy. That's fine. But I like to have a physical copy more. And I like to have a physical copy when it comes to hockey things, which is why I still buy hockey cards. That's why I'm still buying old hockey cards. I won a bid yesterday on some old hockey cards. I'm really excited about when those arrive too. Because the bid, I was surprised I got it for as low as I did. Because they're cards that date back to Gretzky's rookie year and in around there. And some of them are cards I never had before. And that's always a key thing. And then some of them I know are going to be ones that I already have. I'm going to go through and see which ones are in better condition, that kind of thing. And, go through values and whatnot. Not through Beckett, apparently, but I like having physical copies of things. And, at some point in the near future, we do need to move. That is something we know we need to do. This is not I'd like to. This is we need to. But it's a matter of, if we're going to move, we only want to do it once. So you have to get it right. It's like trading Erik Karlsson. You can only do it once. We can only move once as far as we're concerned. And then after that, we'll just stop. Because, again, for me to really have the set that I want, and for me to really be able to display all of this stuff, so you guys can look in the background and see bookshelves full of magazines and books, and to be able to see various parts of my collection that are hidden right now, absolutely hidden, which is, I think it should be criminal. But it's going to require us to move, and we're looking at that in the new year. And then, the sad thing is, at some point, all the books I collect, they're going to be like, yeah, you can just get this online, Dude, you could just look that up online. Yeah. Okay, I know I could, but can I sit down and read through? No? Well, if you got your phone, you can. Yeah, but then it's tiny. I don't like reading things off my phone either. So, anyways, although I do use the phone for my previews in the mornings, I find it's easier to use NHL.com and just go step by step through for the previews in the morning. But anyways, there you go. The NHL made me feel old, so I thought I'd share, and I'd wear an old classic Winter Classic jersey, because yeah, you feel old, you might as well look like you're ancient as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd like to know, does anybody else still collect magazines, or is it just me? I'm okay with it being just me. I just want to get proof on that, and yeah. So there you go. And here's a little caveat too. If you have a resource you use for hockey, that's out of the way, something different. So not just like NHL.com, TSN, Sportsnet, but something else you've noticed. Like I have numerous different sites I use, but go ahead, leave a link below. That kind of thing. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.